Northern California, 1968. A shadow fell across the San Francisco Bay area that would line up for over half a century. A killer walked the roads, lovers, lands, and city streets, selecting target randomly, striking without warning and vanishing into the light. He did not remain silent. He demanded public attention, writing to major newspapers, demanding front page coverage, and threatening mass violence if his demands were not met. Among which his letters came creepers, bloody pieces of evidence. He and a hunting signature, a circle with a cross drawn through it. He called himself Zodiac. Despite decades of police investigation, thousands of leads, multi-agency task forces, and breakthrough in modern technology, his identity remained one of the greatest unsolved mystery in criminal history. 58 years later, his first confirmed attack. The question remained unchanged: who was the Zodiac? Between December 1968 and 1969, the Zodiac killer officially claimed 7 victims in Northern California, and 5 died and 2 unfortunately survived. Operating across multiple police jurisdictions, Benicia, Bellagio, and Napa County and San Francisco, the killer took advantage of a fractured law enforcement network in the era that lacked of centralized database, computerized records, and modern DNA testing. In his communication, the Zodiac claimed to have murdered as many as 37 people, but law enforcement officially claimed only 5 people fatalities. 2 owners survived, linked directly to Zodiac killer. What set the Zodiac apart from other serial killers of the era was not just his violence, but his calculated campaigning of psychological terror. He hunted the police, challenged the public to crack his code, and create a persona designed to dominate the news headline. Decades later, the case continued to fascinate criminology investigator and the public worldwide. The violence began at the night of December 20, 1968. 17 years old David Freddy and 16 years old Betty Lou Jensen pulled their car into a gravel, turned along Lake Herman Road. Just outside the city limits of Benicia and California, it was their first formal date. Shortly after 11 p.m., another vehicle pulled into the turnout alongside them. and unknown attacker stepped out carrying a 20.22 caliber firearm. The assistant fired into the vehicle, shattering the glasses and forcing the teenager out. Betty Lou Jensen attempted to flee and was shot multiple times. David Freddy was shot at point blank range near the vehicle. Both succumbed to their injuries. The attacker left no physical evidence behind other than bullets casing, and no clear motive could be established. Law enforcement and Solano County faced the mystery with no witness and no initial leads. 6 months later, on the night of July 4, 1969, 22 years old Darren Farron and 19 years old Michael Megao parked at Blue Rock Spring Park in Vallejo, less than 4 miles from the Lake Herman Road scene. Around midnight, a car pulled up behind them, blocking their exit. A man stopped out carrying a powerful flashlight and a 9mm handgun. Approaching the passenger's side, he fired multiple shots into the vehicle, hitting both Megao and Farron. Despite sustaining critical injuries, Michael Megao survived. Darren Farron was pronounced dead upon arrival at Kaiser Foundation Hospital. Same midnight at 12:40 am, 40 minutes after the attack, a man called the Vallejo Police Department from a payphone near the police station. In a claim measure voice, the caller told the dispatcher, I wish to report a double murder. If you will go 1 mile east on Columbus Parkway to Public Park, you will find the kids in a brown car. They were shot with a 9mm Lars. I also killed those kids last year. Goodbye. On a sunny Saturday afternoon, September 27, 1969, 22 years old Baron Huntel and 22 years old Calicia Spratt were relaxing on a remote peninsula at Lake Berezia in Napa country. They were approached by a man wearing a black executioner style hood with a bead-like front, wearing a white painted crosshair symbol, a circle with cross through it. He wore clip-on sunglasses over the in-holes and carrying a gun and pre-cut lengths of plot lines. Claiming he was escaped convict who needed money and a car to get to Mexico, he hooded man tied both students up. Without warning, he produced a large knife and inflicted multiple stabs on both victims before walking away. Before leaving the area, the attackers drew the crosshair symbol on the door bearing Harlan's car with a black felt-tip pen, along with the dates of the Berezia and Vallejo attacks, and the date and the time of the Lake Berezia assault, September 27, 69, 6:30 by the knife. Both victims are found alive, but Calicia Spratt lapsed into a coma and died 2 days later. Barney Hartel survived multiple stab wounds, providing investigators with a detailed description of the attacker's voice, outfit, and demeanor.